This is my handwriting. This is how I write. Okay? All my notebooks. That's how I write. Writing, just make everything self-evident. It's the best way in this world.
This is how he writes. You can't really read this, but this is how he writes.
Again, right. This is my handwriting. This was my GoFundMe draft. This is my handwriting. And this is not. This is my print, I guess. That's how I print. But this bottom one is not. It was given to me by the police department when they told me I can't see. And I'm supposed to have 2 phone calls. Okay? July 19, I'm not sure when I called to tell them I'm scared for my life and everybody in my household, the very day that Dominique and Nicole Dewey planned on bringing me on a hot spring, okay, that they adamantly begged for me to go instead of calling 911 the very night of July 19. They wanted me to go to this hot spring adamantly. And in the course of trying to take me there, I discovered they were going to get me killed that day. Nicole collapsed and in parable talks with me has certified, confirmed, okay, that there is higher forces at play here. But this is it. I had 2 phone calls, I believe, maybe 3 weeks apart, so one might fall in August. But how is it that there's 2 in August and 1 in July? I don't have a 3rd phone call here. I called 911 that night.
Mm-hmm.
And I called maybe 2 weeks later for the hot spring.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what else was it? And then the 3rd one.
Yeah, it
was for to check the house.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I didn't call the police ever, because constantly for every day of the week, I was in the police department. Okay. Another thing, the cops had taken my phone, which is very troublesome for me. When I gave them my phone so they could download those 3 recordings of the kids sitting on the bed, the red sheets bed, when I called them to give them that, the police was supposed to give me back my phone within a day. They took that first time, they took a day. And then they wanted it again because they needed to access my cloud. They first told me my phone took all day. It had so much stuff on it, much more than Nicole's phone, because Nicole had recorded you guys too that night on the bed. My phone kept dying and dying, so I told Nicole to record, make a record on her phone too. So we both gave the cops
your phone?
Our phones, and they took the phones. For mine, they gave Nicole hers sooner. They told me mine had so much stuff in it. Then they come back and tell me it didn't have a lot of stuff in it. They couldn't find anything.
So what took so long?
Right, besides the recordings, and they needed me to give them the password to my cloud. I don't deal with media. It was Dominique that handled these things. My Facebook was not made by me 10 years ago. It was her that did it. So they asked me, what was it? They asked me, for the password. I told them Dominique has it. So they took my phone again, and this time I almost didn't want the phone back. At that point, I realized something's wrong with PSL police or how this case is going about. And I didn't want the phone. But then when Annalise was taken and Tristan was taken, I sure wanted my phone back with all the records that's in it. So I made them give me my phone back. They were reluctant to. Okay, it wasn't supposed to go in evidence, she told me. It'd always be right here in my office, you could come. And then it got into evidence. Okay, so this is supposed to be my case or my police report. Anybody that would love to try and give me a copy, thumbs up if you could get it from these cops. But I heard it's part of the case, it's part of procedure I've never heard. That public record is being overridden and not being given to me. So anybody, a lawyer, you want to contact me for this case, and also DCF, a lawyer wants to help. At this point, there's nothing I can do. I've cried plenty about Annalise from the day they left, and I've cried about Tristan and Annalise, and I've cried plenty now that I'm giving up on them. I have no choice. I raised these kids. I would die for them, but I can't even die for them. They're not here. So wherever they're at, they're gonna end up in Haiti. And their name is Annalise and Tristan Rebel. You out there that loves children, okay? You want to help save 2 kids, beautiful kids' life. You go about keeping an eye. Their name is Annalise and Tristan Rebel. If you have any power in your hands where you can save these kids or keep an eye on them, if no one else does, they're dead. If I'm dead, they're dead. If I'm ever dead, Yona's dead. If I'm the only reason why these kids are not forced to change their story or they don't go missing and flown to Haiti is because I'm there. I'm the pivotal problem for those who would. So, what else? I'll make a record of everything, even my police cards. I'll give you guys the front side so you can see whose names are in there. I don't care at this point because my life is in danger, your life is in danger. It's not just Dominique, it's whoever she called to put a hit on me that night. After she whispered what she whispered in these kids' ears and shouted what they need to remember, and what she did whisper in Tristan's ears that I found out 3 weeks in Annalise's ears 3 weeks later, is don't forget what you saw. Those whispers came after she shouted, "Don't do this to us. Grip it, baby." So much supplication in it. I thought it was a sexual connotation or some type of thing like that, but it had no sex.